just wanted to follow up from yesterday's web meeting and just highlight why I'm just holding off on placing our next trade on the US 500. So first of all, we're up 5.44% for the year, and we've achieved that by being patient. And I just want to remind you what this strategy is and why we wait. So first things first. The strategy is an insurance policy. Ultimately, we insure the value of the US 500 for a cheaper price than where it's at right now. So for example, right now the US 500 is at 6883, and we might come along, for example, and insure it to the value down here of maybe 6200, for example. So in other words, we're saying we're not prepared to buy the US 500 up here, but if it did fall down to 6200, we would underwrite somebody else's shares of the US 500. So effectively, we're selling an insurance policy. And like any insurance company, we need to get paid for taking that risk on. And this is a high probability strategy. The reason this is high probability, again, it's pretty much because the US 500, after we'd put this trade on, could go up, it could go sideways, and could fall. So long as it didn't fall down below our break-even price. So for example, if we chose 6,200 from where it currently is, that means the index could actually fall down here nearly 10% before we'd be in trouble on the trade. And you know, there's a high probability of success in that. So the odds on that right now would be 98% of being profitable on the trade. So why am I waiting? The reason is that, as you can see yourself here, the S&P 500, it's gone pretty much into what I call a consolidation zone. It's pretty much trending sideways. And if you look at it here, let's say that's the high end of things. And then if we drew another support line here, we would say this is the kind of the support end. And while it's rolling in between this level, we get paid more for insuring it when the price is down at this end of the level rather than up here. So think about it. We're taking greater risk if the price of the US 500 is closer to the expiry that we're going to pick. Therefore, you're going to get more option premium in. And that's the reason why we wait and we try and time our entry point on this. And as you can see yesterday, I explained this yesterday, why we're waiting, and we were right to wait. You could see yesterday the market was down over 0.5%. Today it looks like it's going to open up a slightly lower as well. And that's the reason why we wait for this, is to increase our insurance premium. So let me tell you what I'm talking about. Some of you might remember yesterday we were looking at, in order to get our target 2.5% a month in, we need to be generating a premium of 25. So what you're looking at here is the option put premiums here for the 31st of March. The puts are on the right hand side, and we're looking at the sell price. So you can see here at the moment, we will be able to actually write the 6270 strike here. So this is the price we'd be insuring the value for. Just reminder, the current price is 6895. So it could fall all the way from 6895 to 62, in this case, 70, and we would still make a profit on the trade if we place this particular trade. Now, we're waiting because we feel that you can see these prices are moving up and down all the time. And that's as the price of the US 500 is moving up and down. If the price of the US 500 moves down, the value of this insurance premium goes up. And that's why we're waiting. We're waiting to see, does this actually come to the lower end of support here again? Does it hold? And if it does, then we'll get a much better premium in. And by the way, in achieving our target, we'll be able to reduce our risk. So we wouldn't have to write the 6270 strike. If the US 500 falls further, we might be able to write something like the 6100 strike, which is currently only offering 17. Now that's still a very good return, by the way. There, you're probably going to make 1.5% in a month tax-free. And again, for people outside of Ireland, it's the same type of mathematics when you're looking at using the Interactive Brokers platform. I just want to explain why we're holding off and why patience is key to the success of this strategy. Timing is everything, and trying to maximize what you can actually take in an option premium really is it's a function of volatility and how low the price of the US 500 goes. So right now you can see we're stuck in the middle of this range. I would much rather we were down on this end of it, and then I would consider putting the trade on. So I hope that explains it to you. We will have a trade on. Just wanted to explain why patience is key. Okay, just thought I'd give you this quick update and a quick lesson. If you have any questions at all, please, as per usual, reach out to me via WhatsApp or go to the website and use the chat function. Thanks and bye for now.